I'm there. In due time.
We will prevail!
I aim true. Ah, good, you dead. Depend on me. Cannot hide from me. Now is the beginning of the hunt. Strike when certain.
I'll try to make this switch.
This will hurt!
We'll do it the hard way.
Can't keep this up much longer.
I will protect. Nowhere to run.
So it's come to this.
I see the faces of my family.
Share your troubles.
Fabrizio Turinos! travisi. Unimosi travisi. Unimosi travisi.
Greetings, eldest. Do you hear the distant thunder? The time has come. The time to settle everything once and for all.
Words, words. How little value we attach to them, and how much they truly mean. But I've grown tired of words and prophecies. I will no longer predict chaos and death. Instead, I will show them to you, myself.
Oh yes, the time has come! The time of fate and curses!
To arms! Let us strike as one!
I grant your death.
Do not falter!
You don't seem to like my curses! Maybe you like my jokes better?
Cannot hide from me. Nowhere to run.
The time for laughter has passed. It's the hour of hunting and chaos.
strike!
I aim true.
Enough! Time for masks is over. You risk challenging an eldest, and I accept the challenge. You will fight not a mere embodiment, but my true essence. This is my essence. I don't need magic or servile monsters to destroy you. Words are enough. Yes, words. I once told you, words spoken in the right time and place possess the power of the storm. You lightheartedly answer that you know what your power and essence are. Duty, and the desire to make the world a better place. I remember your answer. The world remembers it too. Your answer, your heart, your essence. Now, cursed King, I'm taking this part of your soul, as I took away Nerissa's ability to love. What you called your essence is yours no more. Let us continue. We both wear a crown. But what do you own? A meager patch of land, a few thousand souls? My dominion is chaos and magic, madness and deceit. Your power is nothing compared to mine. And that is why you are helpless before me. You will take my every blow as a divine punishment, as something imminent. I'm curious what you think of me, cursed king. Do you see me as a villain, or a simple joker? In truth, well, you'll never be able to conceive of the truth. Being an eldest means being one of the many strings that hold the world in place. Being an eldest means being such a vast and self-sufficient value that one's equals become strangers and one's inferiors are entirely insignificant. I am an eldest. Laughter, guile, transformation, that's what I am. Being what I am, I will let you feel a modicum of my loneliness. I will take away your pillar of strength. Good. You can play with words. Let us see if you can withstand the heat of my fire.
Don't hold back!
Ah, good. Dead. cannot hide from me.
This will hurt!
Stay behind me.
Oda Adayana.
Nowhere to run.
Defeat. What a refreshing feeling. I don't remember sensing it for a dozen millennia. But what's next? How will you end this story? Listen, I know. Elegant and refined. The hero defeats a deity in battle. Impressed, it grants the victor power and immortality. The hero enters the chambers of the deity to become his champion and herald. Eternal, powerful, equally glorified both in the first world and in Valeria. His kingdom healed from its wounds and flourished under the rule of the immortal champion. A beautiful ending, isn't it? And this legend is yours for the asking.
This is not your hour, eldest. You've tormented us enough for your cruel entertainments.
You seem so confident, Nyrissa. I'm intrigued. What is it that you and your chosen are planning to do with an immortal deity? What power do you have that I do not?
Look into the eyes of your lost image, Lantern King. Look at what you once were, and listen to my words. You made me your puppet, but I have won my freedom. You stole the essence of my soul, but now it is returned. You cursed me, but I do not accept this curse. I reject the path you cut for me. I will not be what you would make me. I fear no punishment. I will not bow, and I will not turn back. I do not seek your forgiveness.
I feel the fire in these words. Hot and liberating. An eternity of sacrifice. Who would have thought?
That's how the story ended. The Lantern King vanished without a trace, and we never heard from him again. Nyrissa helped return the kingdom to Galarian and followed her beloved there. After celebrating the victory with great fanfare, everyone began work on restoration efforts. Nyrissa helped the king in every way possible, and she quickly came to be loved across the country. No one would have thought that this kind nymph was a former villain, so recently guilty of causing all those afflictions. The kingdom built by our hero became an example for all its neighbors. What else would you expect? The Stolen Lands became the only place where the citizens sincerely toast the health of their ruler. The citizens lived trouble-free, and taxes made it to the treasury without losses. A powerful army guards the peace. Exploration of magic is on par. The temples are flooded with their congregations. And most importantly, our cultural contributions are at least the equal of Absalom. The king firmly eliminated banditry in the Stolen Lands, to the delight of the long-suffering locals, and brought peace and law to the area. That peace didn't last long, however. A jolly gang appeared in the Gnarl Marches, claiming to fight the tyranny of the king for the good of the common people. The king did the right thing, leaning on the richest citizens of the Stolen Lands in his ruling. Thanks to their many trade relations, money floods into the kingdom, and the fact that the private mercenary armies bought with the merchants' money continue to gain power can still be overlooked. Just half a year after the war with the First World, Gault moved its troops to the southern border of the kingdom. Their attack was rebuffed. The enemy state's infantry retreated when the army's wizards brought down rains of fire and magical arrows on the heads of the flabbergasted enemy soldiers. Since then, Gault hasn't risked crossing any borders again, fearing cruel retaliation for further insolence. The king became a true patron of fine crafts. Over time, the castle treasury filled with wonderful gifts from the best masters in the area. Armor, weapons, even magical artifacts. And the collection is still growing. No kingdom can function without its nobility, and the kingdom in the Stolen Lands is no exception. Landowners, ready to share the burden of ruling alongside the king, grew to be more and more influential over time. And the more pompous the court balls and receptions held by dukes and baronets became, the more eventful were the lives of the schemers and freeloaders who always live within the shadows of the powerful. The feud between Brevois North and South, which had been smoldering for ages, never sparked the fires of civil war. Through great effort, our king managed to bring both parties to the negotiating table. While Rostland didn't gain its independence, it did receive wide autonomy rights. Our relationships with both House Sertova and the Sword Lords are respectful, but they've become lukewarm. Because of us, neither side got everything they wanted. Casil Aldori settled in our capital, though he left politics to teach dueling. Led by careful, level-headed Dugoth, the Tiger Lord's tribe reunited and started to lick the wounds left by the erratic Armagh. Little by little, they once again became one of the strongest mercenary armies in the region. Dugoth always assured our king of his friendship, but the king always stayed on his toes, understanding that anything could happen when that old fox is around. Pitax almost returned to its former state. A joyful city filled with beers of dubious quality and deals of questionable legality. The old trade houses lost the crown, but they retrieved the property Iravetti had taken from them. Soon, Pitax became almost like a second capital in the kingdom, a thriving city through which rivers of money from across the region ran. Unfortunately, we get much less of this money than we would like. Governor Liachenza turned out to be helpless against widespread embezzlement. Maestro Bellavara gave the Academy of the Arts a second wind. Throwing out mediocre students and sycophants, she gathered within its walls talented visionaries, rebels, and freethinkers. Those whose gifts felt cramped within the walls of more respectable institutions. She managed to do what Iravetti never could, namely, make the Academy truly famous, albeit scandalously so. And so what if, instead of odes to the king, the Academy releases sneering pamphlets and revolutionary leaflets? It only helps his reputation as a true patron of the arts. The dangerous man-eating trolls disappeared entirely from the forests and swamps of the Stolen Lands. Kobolds, though, being sneaky and clever, are still sometimes met by travelers and hunters who wander off the beaten track. Some even say the short reptiles still praise the great King Tartuk, but no one knows for certain. As soon as anyone approaches the kobolds, they forget their military honor and turn tail. Bartholomew Delgado still serves the king loyally. From time to time, he orders peculiar mechanisms and substances from all corners of the world. After receiving them, he spends a few days bragging about some great discovery he's about to make, then ends up gloomy for a few months. Then he receives another package, and the process repeats itself. At night, chilling screams are often heard from his laboratory. After enduring so many storms and troubles, Varnhold eventually turned into a real city. Daring settlers decided to conquer the vast, wild expanses of Dunsword, and despite all odds, they succeeded. The modest colony that almost vanished at the hands of an ancient lich turned everything around to become a thriving city with lively river trading. Maegor Varn and his beloved, after distinguishing themselves in the battle for the kingdom, soon celebrated their wedding. Half the capital was invited, but they weren't ready to settle down and have already set off with another party of mercenaries. They've come to the aid of our kingdom on multiple occasions, but they're famous for their adventures in the most dangerous regions of Golarion, protecting peaceful towns from the undead and monsters. Agay, the Spriggan leader, learned a valuable lesson after surviving his meeting with the king and even regaining his tribe's home. Don't try to occupy seemingly empty settlements anymore. Instead, the Spriggans settled across Dunsword's wild borderlands and proclaimed it as their domain. Keeping the peace in a situation like that seems like the stuff of dreams, as evidenced by the occasional lost patrols and stolen cattle. Peace reigns in the caves beneath the old sycamore. The kobolds and mites continue to explore the depths and learn simple crafts from each other. Rumor has it, the first mite kobold wedding even happened not long ago. That said, settlers still aren't rushing to build new homes in the area. Some kind souls even put up warning signs along the roads. Beware, traveler. Steer clear of the old sycamore. Another inscription soon appeared over the sign, though. No keep going treasure ahead honest. Due to tumult on both sides of the border, Oleg's trading post gradually fell into desolation, regretfully leaving its walls, for which so much blood had been shed. Oleg and Svetlana left the backcountry that was so dear to their hearts and returned to the noise of the big city. Keston Garas took a post as chief of the kingdom's guard. The former heir to a noble family never returned to Brevoy, severing all ties to his kin. However, a few years after the victory over the First World, a girl arrived from Brevoy and soon married Keston. They say Keston